So I wanted to come in for a really quick video on the art of connecting to your yoni egg. So to me, it's really a wonderful art. It's, I think, one of the moments where you can really cherish those little things. It's just as exciting as going on a new date. You're meeting a new energy, a new vibration, a vibrational tool, and it's just the eagerness sometimes that takes us where we want to insert it right away. So I always say that, you know, there's many women who say, you know, they've been using yoni eggs for years, but they exercise anything, they don't see any differences, they don't feel anything different from them, not on the spiritual level, not on the physical level. And sometimes to me, I take them back to how did you connect with your egg? And many of them will just say, well, you know, I received from wherever I order it, and, you know, I did what I have to do in order to cleanse all the different stuff, charge it, and then they just insert it. And that's why I say, you know, to me, it's so important to connect with your egg. Because I don't see yoni eggs such as these obsidian or whatever yoni eggs you have, I don't see them as, you know, some type of, it's not to me like a ball where you play with it. It's not like a sport instrument to me. It is not an object that's inert. To me, it's a vibrational tool. And when you first get this tool, you have your own vibration and it has its own vibration. And when two vibrations meet, there's going to be a moment where these two have to rearrange in order to be on the same wave. And I think to me, that's the process of, you know, connecting. That's the process of connecting with the yoni egg to ensure that your vibration is actually fluctuating to match the vibration of the egg. That the egg gets to learn about your vibration as you're learning with it, and then so that you can merge together and become one to do the work. Ideally, I always recommend at least 6 months to a year connecting to your egg. And I know it's a long time. I know people, we are in the fast food age where people just want to rush through things and get things done. But I'll say it's going to be so much beneficial for you to just, you know, feel the presence of that, feel the energy of it. And this is also will help you if you ever decided to move up or use a different egg at some point. You'll be much more sensitive to see the differences between the two yoni eggs, especially if you've never worked with crystals before. So for me, ideally 6 months to a year to connect with the egg. At least 6 months. If you can make it like that, at least try 1 or 2 cycles with the connecting with the egg, 1 or 2 of your cycles, so about 30 to 60 days. And this is why, you know, I put out that Sacred Feminine Sacred Cycle course, which I link somewhere with the video with all the information, because once you understand your cycle, you are much more prepared to see how your egg is going to fit in that cycle. And having the egg and following it and observing it throughout 2 cycles, at least 2 to 6 cycles, that will help you to actually know how, if there is any impact, immediate impact, subtle impacts, any changes, so forth and so on. This is also why I kind of said that for me, understanding your cycle is a prerequisite for you to work with yoni eggs. I think it's a must to kind of have a basic understanding of what is going on within your body before you introduce the egg. And it's also a good way to understand how the egg is trying to work with you and how the egg is trying to match your vibration, or either up you or bring you down, so that you can really do the work. When we talk about root chakra work, or we talk about any other work on any other chakra, the egg is going to try to bring you a situation that's going to help you match that vibration. So that's kind of like one of the ways to see, and I'll get deeper into that as we'll get into different yoni eggs and how to work with them and stuff like that. But connecting with the egg to me is really important. That's when the egg gets to know you. That's how you get to know the egg and the sensation, the vibration of the egg. And so it can be as basic as just carrying the egg with you within your aura, so that the egg is within your energy, is tasting your energy, is observing you, is really tasting you, is growing with you, is seeking that sensation where you can match that common ground where you and the egg can meet and work together. The second thing is that at night you can put it under your pillow, and then you can see, are your dream any different? Or your dream, what kind of dream are you having? Is it having a deep impact? Is it having no impact at all? And you can have that time, those 2 to 6 months, to observe that before you actually even start the work. And some of my clients even see like dreams starting right away, situation popping up right away, even before inserting the egg. And I want to go, this is such an area that is so underrated, I'll say, because the eggs are, you can use them internally, but there's so much that you can do externally before even using them internally to solidify your practice, to give a great foundation for your practice. And I think sometimes, you know, it kind of squared my heart when people just jump into inserting it right away and are not aware or are not necessarily curious about all of the other things you can do. Meditate with the egg, sleep and dream with the egg. And I think it's so much deeper connection when you manage to dream with the egg, to speak with the egg within your dream, and so that when you actually insert it, it actually creates a much stronger bond that will make you less afraid. For example, a lot of women are scared of the obsidian because they say it's too intense, it demands too much, and they will rather use, for example, rose quartz, softer yoni eggs. But what I want you to understand is that each crystal has its own powers. Each crystal has its own ways of doing work, and they don't do the same type of work. And I know it can be scary sometimes, and this is why for me the connection is so important. When you connect with your egg thoroughly, you will not just have that little thing where you want to insert it, but you will also have some of the kind of idea of what you're working on, what kind of things may come up, what kind of dream or the egg is going to be pouring out of you, pushing you, what kind of scenario and thoughts you may have when you're meditating, all these different kind of things that will establish a trust relationship with the egg, a trust relationship with that crystal, and that will make that experience less fearful. You will be less fearful of that. And also I think a stone like the obsidian, and this is really what I will discuss in a whole video exclusively on black obsidian, is that if you had any sort of trauma, if there's anything that you have repressed and suppressed deep within you, the rose quartz is not going to go it. The rose quartz is not going to do it. And that's why you need a stone that's going to go all the way deep, all the way to get the things, that nitty-gritty things in there, shake that out so that you can actually release it, so that you can face it and release it. And I think establishing that connection will make that experience much less fearful. I spent a good 2 years working exclusively with the black obsidian, and I've had my share of experiences and stories with that. So it's just to say that if you connect well with the egg, the experience is going to be different. The experience is going to be rewarding no matter what egg you use anyways, and no matter how intense it is. But it's much better to get rid of something that you don't longer serve rather than tiptoe around it, pretend that it's not there. Because the bottom line is that if you want to clear and do an intense clearance and actually face those different things so you can move on, you need the proper tool to do that. And tools such as obsidians are very powerful in that sense, that they will get you to face that hidden trauma, that thing that you tried to escape for years, things that you don't even remember that you were carrying within yourself. So I'm just going to leave it there. I just hope it gives you a little taste, a little bit extra for those of you who are wondering about yoni eggs and who are maybe not having the results that you wishing you could have. And you know, every client that buys a yoni eggs from me, I insist on the art of connection, of connecting. And you know, whether they decide to go that route or not, because it is a personal choice, I always tell them about the reasons why. It is not just for you to waste your time. It is because you're going to see the impact long term in your relationship with the egg. So I hope this was useful, and of course if you have questions, leave them down below. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.